Welcome back to Better Living. I'm joined now by Lisa Dunn from the Glass City Grind. Well, last week we talked to your co-host, Cheryl.
Yeah.
This week you have the privilege or the...
yeah, I would say the honor of being here.
I was going to say, or the duty, the dishonor of having to sit with me for a few minutes and tell me what is coming up on your show tomorrow.
Well, this week we actually are at the Sojourner Truth Gallery downtown, which is a really cool little, we like to call it a T-Town treasure. You know, there's so many little places in the area that people don't know about.
Yeah.
And so we are, our show is from the Truth Gallery, which is kind of cool. And you get to see lots of local art, and we've got some great guests as well.
Well, I was talking to Cheryl last week about what all you guys are doing in your show, and I know you're talking about things that are in town and what makes the Glass City good.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the other things that you guys, you're both moms, and you're talking about, and I was just talking to Nick about Pete the Popcorn.
I love that.
Yes, but bullying is an issue. Mm-hmm. You guys are both moms. Do you think it's an issue? Is it something that you have to deal with as a mother?
You know, my kids are still pretty young, so luckily we haven't gotten into that too much. I do know that my daughter has come home at times, and she's mentioned a few things about kids being mean to other kids, and we always discuss that and talk about it. I just think that it's important as moms that we do our best to teach kids to be nice to everyone, and I also think that it's important to teach them the difference between bullying and just maybe not getting along or getting picked on.
Yes.
Because I think in this day and age, kids tend to think everything is bullying.
I would agree
Someone
with that.
can say, I don't like your shirt, and they think that that's bullying. So we try to talk about the difference between, you know, what's really bullying and that.
Kids are smart, and they do hear buzzwords. They hear what adults are talking about, and sometimes they might use that, or they use the language that they're hearing being used. And if they hear the word bullying being used a lot, then they're going to turn around and say that when perhaps it's not the right situation to put it in.
Yes.
Other hot topics that you guys talk about?
You know, we do a little bit of everything. One thing with the holidays coming up, we are getting into featuring some great holiday segments. We have a local musician next week who will be on with a holiday album. So that's exciting. We are doing some cooking segments. There's a few local chefs in the Toledo area. And you know, one thing I want to emphasize is that we're about Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan.
Not so just the city of
Yes,
Toledo.
we are the Glass City Grind because obviously that's our heart. That's our hub of the community. But, you know, we're more than that. We're all over the place. So.
Well, speaking of the holidays, I've taken some heat here because I put my tree up last weekend. So are you a tree before Thanksgiving, or are you a tree after Thanksgiving kind of girl?
I am. I'm actually a tree November 1st kind of girl.
Me too. See, I'm not the only one. It's good to know.
You know, I feel like it's like you put so much time and effort and money into your decorations.
You should enjoy it.
Exactly. That bingo.
Yes. Let's talk about these chefs. You said you're going to have some cooking segments and chefs coming up. So are they going to prepare some dishes that they prepare in their restaurants, or are they going to teach people how to cook?
I think we might do a little bit of both. One thing that I think is exciting about our show is that we're able to get into the actual business. So we can go, you know, go into the kitchens of the restaurants. We can go into the galleries and work with them, and we can kind of be a guest in their home.
Yes.
And enjoy what they have to offer. So, you know, that's something that I think is exciting and unique about our program, as well as we've got some great hosts and correspondents coming on.
Well, I was just going to ask, because you and Cheryl are not the only hosts, so tell me about your other friends that are on the show.
We do have Charlie Mack, who's a local radio personality in the area, and he has recently joined us, which is super fun. I think Charlie kind of gives a balance to Cheryl and I. Obviously, we're kind of the, you know, beboppy, bubbly girls, and he kind of is the balance and the calm.
Tones you down a little.
Exactly.
I need one of those.
So, you know, that's exciting, and we've got a couple other people. Linda is a good friend of ours. She works for the mayor in Toledo, and she's giving us kind of the political hot spots and topics that are going on. So, you know, it's exciting, and it's fun to bring these other personalities in that balance us out and just kind of give a little diversity to our show.
So what made you guys want to do the Glass City Grind?
I'm somebody who kind of was always tired of hearing, oh, Northwest Ohio. Oh, Ohio. It's so boring. There's nothing to do. Well, people need to get out, is what I have to say, because there's so much to do. And I want to highlight that and emphasize that. And I think, you know, bringing a positive spin to the community as well as really promoting where we live in our home is just a fun, exciting opportunity that we've been given through this show.
And it does do that, and it is fun, and it kind of makes it seem like it's your mission, doesn't it?
Yes. And, you know, we both, or all, I would say all of us, all of the hosts and co-hosts, are pretty passionate and active in the community as far as doing different charities and charitable works. And so this gives us an outlet to really get involved and do that. And that's another nice little bonus of our job.
And I will say that you talk about some hot topics, you show us some cool places to go, but you also have done some charity work. You've shown us some events that are really important to what's going on here in our community.
Yes.
So it's the Glass City Grind. Check it out Saturday mornings right here on NBC 24. You can also catch them on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be right back on Better Living.